Good evening, everyone. So over the weekend, Msnbc canceled Joy Reid's TV show. And according to the network, all of her wigs were quickly released back into the wild. There they go. When asked about her future plans, Ms. Reid claims she plans on spending more time with her family, accusing her relatives of racism.
Joy Reid has finally been canned from MSNBC. And going out the door, those W folks are kicking her as she go out the door. They got all kinds of jokes, all kinds of memes. We seen her go on national TV and cry. You know, and it's just a whole bunch of foolishness, right? So a bunch of right-wing W folks didn't like her, but the grassroots black folks, we didn't like her either. We felt as though she didn't speak for us. You know, she spoke for that upper class, black boule class that don't really do anything for our group. If you look at her, if you look at a lot of her politics, she was about immigrants, she was about the other letter group, and she was about feminist women politics. It wasn't about what really goes on within the black community. So what's happening now is a lot of these news stations and corporate structures are looking at YouTube and they're looking at us. They're looking at the grassroots and they're seeing who do we get behind? Because a lot of these, we've been saying for years, these people don't speak for us, right? Roland Martin don't speak for us. Joy Reid don't speak for us. So many of them, Paris Denard and Candace Owens, they don't speak for us, right? And what's happening now is they're starting to get the memo. So they're starting to get rid of a lot of these people because they don't have they no longer serve the purpose to try to program black people to think for the Democratic Party. A lot of our people now are asking questions. A lot of our people are saying, no, we're not just giving you our vote for nothing. And that's become a problem for the Joy Reids and the Roland Martins and all these other people, right? But check this out, right? She went on TV crying and talking about some of the things that she's done. And well, just look, no more shenanigans. Look at this. Look at this foolishness.
My show had value and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And then it mattered. I see Karen is there and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues. And yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
When you hear her speak, she is diametrically opposed to a lot of the talking points and the thought processes of black grassroots. We're trying to get our communities together. She's for the immigration situation. She's for the immigration policies and all these immigrants coming here illegally, come here, have a baby. The baby gets citizenship. She's with all that because that's the way her parents came here, right? She's for them first, right? She says she has regrets about the way she went hard about all these different things, but she's not talking about things specifically for the black American community. Now, this is the thing, right? I want y'all to understand something. You have Jamaicans, you have Trinidadians, you have Haitians, you have people from Nigeria. None of those groups will never allow us to be the spokesman for them. or hold their flag as if we're one of them. Now, we may have camaraderie and get along and have love for each other, but they're not going to let us be the ones speaking for them. So you don't come and get to speak for us. We need somebody that represents the African American experience in America, the African American culture to speak for us. That's what we need. And for too many years, we have people like Joy Reid being a mouthpiece for us where she don't represent us, right? So Tariq Nasheed got wind of her firing, and he took to social media to really lay her out, man. He laid into her by saying this.
See, more of us on the grassroots, we started challenging the Democratic establishment. And they realized she wasn't a real effective asset anymore. She wasn't good at maintaining black support. You understand? I'm telling you, they put these people up here to galvanize black support. When you ain't getting it, not only that, when you show up, when you show the hell up, we're throwing the proverbial tomatoes at your ass. And Joy Reid's, her name is toxic right now. When Joy Reid shows up, everybody's like, boo. No, she's completely ineffective. So they're like, why are we giving money? Why are we just dishing out money to these ineffective people? You better believe that was us getting her up out the paint. We delegitimized her. Yeah? And Joy Reid, look, we called out MSNBC and their whole anti-FBA narrative. They don't like black folks, particularly from our lineage. And voices on social media, independent media, we've been exposing MSNBC's pattern of using non-FBA black faces to undermine foundational black Americans. See, we're looking at everybody's background, family, and we're tired of that nonsense. We're tired of some non-FBA getting elevated on television telling us what the hell we need to do. That's why people are clowning Jasmine Crockett. They got Jasmine Crockett running around here with the bundles flowing, yelling and sassing it up. That's not working. Yeah? And we made it clear that putting Joy Reid up and elevating her, that doesn't equate to empowering black people. That's really a strategic move to silence us. And we just weren't with it. Yeah? And also with Joy Reid, all they do is get up there and promote pro-immigrant propaganda. That pro-immigrant stuff, she's looking out for her people. Because, see, I see this thing, now she got fired. I see a couple of the Boule classes. Oh, it's so sad what happened to Joy Reid. She's trying to do things for her people. She was trying to speak up for her people. No, her people are immigrants. Joy Reid's people are immigrants. Joy Reid wasn't speaking up for us. She was making sure she prioritized the interest of black immigrants and other immigrants over us. Minimizing our struggle, she minimized everything we were talking about. Remember, we're Russian bots. We want some tangibles. She mocked that. We say, okay, hey, we need some tangibles. This is a disinformation campaign. These are Russian damn bots. Oh no, that's not gonna roll out here in these streets no more. That's not gonna roll in these streets. So yeah, her thing was majorly promoting immigration, LGBT, all this other stuff. And that just became ineffective. It's just not working. Yeah? And look, here's another thing too. You gotta be very clear about what we got going on. We, the grassroots, the foundational black American grassroots, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right. The FBA grassroots, ladies and gentlemen, family, we created alternative media spaces. All right. We have created alternative media spaces. So now people don't have to go to MSNBC to get their news because people realize that it's propaganda. You can come over here and listen to us and we're going to give you the real deal. Yeah? Fewer people started to rely on that mainstream political pundit analysis BS that they were doing. It was disingenuous. Yeah? So a lot of people are coming over here to us those of us on the grassroots to get their information. You see? A lot of people are doing that. Hold on one second. We got to plug up something. So people simply don't want to hear propaganda knowing that it's propaganda. They don't want to listen to the readout. You know you're getting talking points from some white Democrat paymaster that's flooding it down the pipeline to their flunkies. Yeah, and truth be told, MSNBC, they could no longer really justify keeping a host that's failing to engage black viewers or any viewers. Like I said, we move the needle. If we ain't rocking with something, other people ain't gonna rock with it. You see? And there's a lot of social media pressure. You know, they watch social media now. They see what's going on social media. So a lot of foundational Black American activists, they were just calling Joy Reid out nonstop in her anti-FBA rhetoric for a long time. And she didn't really have a white audience like that. Again, the white audience was doing what they thought were following our lead. The right-wing whites couldn't stand her. They couldn't stand her. So the liberal whites, they only rock with her because they thought she was the thing within black society. Now that we have shown that she has no legitimacy within black society, white people can't really use her because, see, they can't sit up here and say to us, see, it's very important that we legitimize certain people. They can't come to us and say, hey, well, you guys, your leaders in your community wanted immigration reform. Well, what are you talking about? Yeah, Joy Reid said it. Joy Reid don't call no shots over here. So now you say you mention Joy Reid to us, you're like, you're going to get laughed out of the room. You see? See, we force the mainstream media to have to tell the truth.
And I'm going to say this to, as I've been saying to my FBA people out there. FBA is not just a lineage, it's a culture. It's a lifestyle. It's something that you have to be this, right? We teach people how to treat us, right? We have to keep pushing the needle and telling America, you can't prop these black folks up here no more as if they represent us. We're no longer going for that. They don't speak for us. Roland Martin don't speak for us. Joy Reid don't speak for us. Candace Owens don't speak for us. We need our people that's 10 toes down, family members from the soil, that's speaking for us and speaking about the things that we need within the communities that we come from, right? These people are for immigrants coming here to become the best versions of themselves, leaving their countries, right? And we have a bunch of federal laws on the books since 1875 that was specifically for African Americans, not people of color, that was supposed to protect us, right? And from state laws enforcing certain things. Remember, Trump want to run everything back to the state. But we have federal laws on the books that were supposed to protect us from these things, right? We allowed the Democratic Party to turn all of these things into people of color because we're ignorant. Everything now rolled into people of color. Affirmative action first, and then DEI, and all these things. But we are already supposed to have equal protection under law. The Housing Act in the 60s, we supposed to have all of these things already in place to protect us because our grandparents fought tooth and nail to get these things done. The problem is the leadership that was put in charge knew this, but they never taught it to the people after the death of Dr. King. After Malcolm X and so much of our leadership was disbanded. These leaders that came into play never taught it because they didn't want the grassroots black Americans having this knowledge. So now you're not marching because you already know that you already got laws on the books that's supposed to protect you. You already have laws on the books. The federal government is supposed to be protecting you. So that way there is no Rosewood. There is no more Elaine massacres. So we don't have that. So we don't have no more Dred Scotts. We already fought for this. We understand about the GI Bills and how America created wealth through home ownerships, right? And how they was redlining us and wasn't giving us, allowing us to have the proper home ownership. They wasn't allowing us to get our GI Bills from the military where we can come and get a home. They wasn't allowing us to get insurance policies, right? So that way we can acquire wealth. They was only giving us burial insurance. We fought to get all of those things established on the books for us, but they didn't pass this information down. right? So now when you get leaders like Joy Reid and them, they're not propagating this back to the people. No, because they're not us. They're not us. We need our people speaking for us. And I'm going to say this in closing. No shade to no Jamaicans. No shade to no Haitians. I love all my brothers and sisters, man. They my people too. I love them. But you would never allow me to be the spokesman for you, for your group, to walk into your group, hold the flag up, and be the spokesman for Haiti as if I come from Haiti. No, you wouldn't allow me to do that. So what we need for Black Americans is somebody to be the spokesman for us, the grassroots Black Americans. So there's no disrespect to you guys, right? But at some point, you guys got to show us some respect too and say, you know what, man, Brother George is right. Right? Y'all hold y'all flags up proudly and say this is who you are. Well, we holding up ours too now. That's all. So I'm going to cut this video short. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.